to First Take. Back to the NFL now. The Mike Tomlin era in Pittsburgh is over, and on the way out the door, the longtime coach was criticized by several former players. Joey Porter did not like what he was hearing and went off on James Harrison and Ben Roethlisberger. Listen to this.
Everybody's been bashing about Mike T since he's retired.
Give me an example. Who y'all talking about? Y'all talking about James?
I mean, James has been vocal, as has Ben. Both have been vocal.
They tell the version of the story in Pittsburgh that they want to tell. And I told him, I said, how can you say he's not a great coach? Well, everything that happened good to you in football was under his watch. Your Debo name, when I played with you, was James Harrison. Under Mike, 3 or 4 Pro Bowls, Defensive Player of the Year, played in 2 championships, paid you over 50-something million. You think the head coach didn't have his hand in making that player? Damn, why would you take a shot at the guy who changed your life? Because Coward didn't change your life. Coward cut you 3 times. I didn't agree with none of it because I just feel like you took a shot at Mike. And you know, in this space, Mike ain't gonna defend himself in this space. Well, he broke the brotherhood. Then 7 definitely broke the brotherhood.
So our own Ryan Clark went on X to respond to this, posting, quote, "Are we going to have to call a Steelers former players only meeting? We're out here like the Cowboys." Louis Riddick is back with us now. What do you think? The Steelers getting messy like the Cowboys?
A little bit. Look, Joey, you know, it was interesting. All the recent shots that some of Mike's former players have taken at him, I've been sitting there sometimes and you look at those and you sit there going, what is going on here? Because, you know, Joey's exactly right. When he talks about how he has changed some of these guys' lives under his watch, Mike has been one of those guys who has always been looked at from the outside, and then from talking to him and going on the inside and getting to know him a little bit and having interviewed there. I mean, he seems like a guy who's just fiercely loyal, a guy who holistically cares about his players, both on the field and off the field, who has their back through thick and thin, who has kept all the different kind of things, all the different kind of scandals that can kind of wind up encompassing an organization. You don't hear any of that stuff really coming out of Pittsburgh. He has really tried to handle some very disparate personalities during his time in Pittsburgh. Right. This has shocked me, man. It's shocked me that some of his players take shots at him like they do.
Right. I will say this. Big Ben Roethlisberger, a 2-time Super Bowl champion, is to be respected. I can see where they're coming from, though. James Harrison is a real one. He's not a fake. He's not a phony. And he relies a lot, Louis, on personal interaction and a relationship that he has with you as an individual. And if he's put off by anything, then that's what really, really ignites him and motivates him. So I think that, listen, Joey Porter is not wrong. It's a brotherhood. And what's been happening shouldn't be happening. And Mike Tomlin, based on his record, his years of service, what he has done, everything would indicate he does not deserve that. So Joey Porter is not wrong. But also Joey Porter is somebody that's had a great relationship with Mike T, has been around the Steelers for quite a long time, and as an individual is one that clearly has never felt alienated by Mike T. James Harrison has a different story to tell. And because I'm not saying he should tell it, and that's fair for James Harrison to bring that up. Brotherhood, keep that stuff in-house. Let's not be saying something publicly. He's right about that. But just because Joey Porter feels a certain way about Mike T, as I do, as you do, doesn't mean James Harrison has to, because he has his own personal dealings with Mike T. And obviously something went wrong there.
Yeah, I just wish, I think we all wish they would just talk it out, right, behind closed doors. I don't want to hear about it because we haven't heard Mike Tomlin.
You always wish that about a lot of people.
Exactly. All right, Louis, we'll see you later. Thanks for hanging out. It was a special sophomore year in the NFL for Drake May after the Patriots went 4-13 in May's rookie season. The UNC grad made a statement in 2025, throwing for over 4,000 passing yards to go with 35 total touchdowns, an MVP runner-up finish, and a Super Bowl appearance. The 2024 draft was loaded with talented quarterbacks. 4 of these QBs have led their team to the playoffs, including Drake May, who led the Patriots to the Super Bowl in his only second year in the NFL. Let's welcome in Mina now. And Mina, if we're going to re-rank the quarterback draft class from 2024, who would you draft first at this point?
Well, first I want to say I'm glad you highlighted how good that quarterback class has been, because I keep hearing, oh, young quarterbacks are failed by the NFL and we don't let them develop. Look at the 2024 class and how successful they've been already. Please hold this class up to remind folks of how successful young quarterbacks can be and can be quickly. Okay, so my ranking, the top 3, honestly, I could see them changing places over the course of their careers. It's really hard to rank, but I'm going to put May first And I am buying whatever Drake May stock people are selling this offseason. He was fantastic. This is one of the best young seasons by a quarterback, a second-year quarterback in the history of the league. I understand he has room to improve, of course. The team has to improve, but he was spectacular. Really close for me between Williams and Daniels. I'm going to put Williams above Daniels, however. To me, this is an upside play. I think you just see the flashes of just such high-end, spectacular talent. And I think while Jaden Daniels is incredible, and I wouldn't be surprised if he returns to being great, the durability does concern me a bit with him. After that, I'm going to go Bo Nix, who's obviously had a lot of success in the league already. Michael Penix Jr. after that, and then J.J. McCarthy rounding up the class. So, not too dissimilar from their draft order in that regard, but I view them as a clear top 3.
Okay. S.A.?
I was gonna let Hawk go, because I wanted to hear what he had to say. I want to see if Hawk was gonna say something that I didn't like. But I'm listening to Mina right here, and I gotta be careful because Miss Brilliant over there. If you get it wrong, she'll be all over you and stuff.
I like when you do this.
Let me say this. I get where you're coming from, and statistically speaking, particularly over the year that he had, Drake May is obviously an answer that is easily acceptable. I'm going with Caleb Williams. I'm a Caleb Williams fan, and I'm telling you this right now. How many games was it? 7 come from behind, to win the game in the last 2 minutes 7 times this year. 7 times. This brother, and I remember coming into the season, right, guys? And everybody was talking about, well, it's a long road, and what's Chicago going to do? And I said, hold up. He played all 17 games his rookie year. Game 1 of this NFL season arrived, and I said, that was his 3rd head coach and his 4th offensive coordinator. I'm like, damn, y'all. Could you get a man a chance? In 17 games, he had to go through all of that, 18 games, and sure enough, Ben Johnson rose up in there. He's got stability. And look at this brother now. Caleb Williams has star written all over him. All over him. And unlike Drake May, Mina, that wasn't an elite Chicago Bears defense that was behind him. It was very opportunistic in terms of create turnovers. But outside of that, there was nothing to brag about with that defense. Caleb Williams is special. NFL body. Can run with the football. Is there anybody that throws the football better on the run than him? And pocket presence, the list goes on. I love the kid. I'm telling you right now, I know that statistically, he ain't Drake May and what Drake May did this year. And props to Drake May. I see Caleb Williams winning an MVP someday. I see him winning a Super Bowl championship, bringing one to Chicago someday. I believe in this brother, and I have no problem with leaving him as number 1 on that list. Of course, Drake May would be number 2. I'd put Bo Nix up there right now, too. Jaden Daniels was injured last year, so it's dicey for me. It's a struggle between him and Bo Nix. Of course, Penix next, and then J.J. McCarthy is definitely last.
I think that Caleb Williams has so much potential. I think that's been the case since he's been drafted. But if we're ranking what we've seen so far in the NFL, I do not think he's number 1. I actually have Jaden Daniels still number 1 after that rookie year because of how he plays the position and immediately becoming instant offense and making a Washington Commanders team a contender from thin air. Now, look, he was hurt a year ago. A lot of things happened. I think the way his style, the way he processes, the way that he can get from reads 1 through 4 in an instant make him the best version. If we go back to the draft, he's still number 1. Number 2, I go with Drake May for all the reasons that Mina talked about. He had an incredible season, and I think that Super Bowl, while people are down on him, it actually proves the opposite of what his value is. When he does not play well, look at that Patriots team, and that shows you why they were in the position he was, because when he played well, he lifted the entire team. Now, here's where the controversy comes for me. I have Bo Nix number 3. The reason why I have Bo Nix number 3, he gets hurt in that game. If he doesn't get hurt and he goes to play in the AFC Championship, they win and go to the Super Bowl. I think we have a completely different narrative, and I'm not in the business, again, of knocking guys because they got hurt. And then I'm going to have Caleb Williams at 4. These are 4 incredible quarterbacks, start to finish. I think they're all going to be great players, but ranking in those orders for me is because what I've seen on the field, that's where I'm at, from Jaden Daniels to Drake May to Bo Nix to Caleb Williams, and then Penix and McCarthy last.
You just don't have the same sample size for Jaden Daniels, though, that you do for a lot of these other quarterbacks. Go ahead, Mina.
Yeah. I got to take you. So, SA, you had Bo Nix above Daniels, if I heard that right. And then, Hawk, you have Bo Nix above Caleb Williams. I got to disagree.
It's a toss-up between both of them because of the injuries. That's what I said. Yeah.
Okay. I just got to disagree with you guys there. I mean, I could point to either. I just think, look, Bo Nix has dramatically surpassed expectations in the NFL. But when you talk about supporting cast, he's really the only one of these four quarterbacks we've been talking about who I feel like has been really well supported. You can point, I know we just saw the Patriots defense have success in the postseason. They were not good during the regular season, Stephen A. The Bears defense also major problem as well. And then Commanders, that defense has been really, really bad. Bo Nix gets to play with this elite defense in Denver. I think the offense really didn't ask a lot from him at a lot of points. And I don't mean to say this to put him down, because I do think the future is bright for him and he's been very good. But when I watch Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams, to me, the high-end play that they're capable of, it's just different in terms of their ability to create explosives. Daniels, you know, his rookie season was one of the best we've ever seen. I feel like people are kind of forgetting that a little bit. And then Caleb Williams, to me, the arrow is only pointed up, and you know, Stephen A. talked about the comebacks. You just see what he is capable of. So I struggle. I think the three guys you could put in any order, and I honestly wouldn't be angry about it, even though I went May first. But I can't put Caleb Williams in the top three with them. I just think those three are more talented, Andrew.
I would say to you that you sold me on Jaden Daniels ahead of Bo Nix because of the support that Bo Nix has in Denver. I get that part. But I'm going to stand on the Caleb Williams at number one. I believe in this brother, Hawk. I really, really do. I believe in him, Mina.
Sure.
I think that he has like Drake May is really, really good. And he has proven to be really, really good. And God bless the New England Patriots that they got him. I got that part. But when I see Caleb Williams, I think of him in the same way we were thinking about Daniels last year when we were talking about star power in terms of the capability this dude has as a dual threat. He's just not that durable because of his physique and his lack of girth. That ain't a problem with Caleb Williams. That's a big boy who's got wheels. He's got an arm, a rifle of an arm. And I'm thinking about the Windy City. It's Chicago now. You can't be one of them dudes throwing up flutters. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to zip that damn football. He has it. I love Caleb Williams. He's number one. I got no problems keeping him right where he is. I really, really believe in this kid.
I think Caleb Williams is one of the most talented quarterbacks we've seen come into the league. I don't think anybody is arguing from talent for what he can be. He's made throws this past season that only Caleb Williams in the NFL can make. My question around Caleb Williams is, can he consistently play within structure? And that's the part for him. That's really been the missing piece. Ben Johnson has come and helped that, but that even happened in probably early November, late October, for us really seeing the true value of Caleb Williams and getting his talent out of that.
Drew, question.
It's put them at a disadvantage in other times.
Question for you, Drew. Hold on, Mina. Question for you, man. You talk about can he do it consistently? Don't we have legitimate reasons to ask the same thing about Jaden Daniels, who had 1 year, and obviously he was injured last year? And we have the same reason to ask that about Bo Nix. We got the same reason to ask that about Drake May, who struggled in his rookie year, and then obviously Vrabel has come there. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying the same trepidation that you have about Caleb Williams is legitimate about at least three other guys.
And that's the tough part about doing it 2 years in, but I'm not going to consider injuries as a part of that equation. And I feel like for Caleb Williams, like I said this coming into the draft, he has the most talent of all these quarterbacks. If he can't play within structure, then it's going to be tough. He's going to have a lot lower floor than the rest of them as well for those same reasons.
He was also sacked more than any of these second-year quarterbacks, like by far. All right, go ahead, Mina.
Andrew, just flat out, if you switch the places of Caleb and Bo Nix, if you switch their teams, who do you think would have had a better season?
I think Bo Nix would have had a better season, genuinely.
Dang.
In Chicago. Wow, yes. I just don't agree.
Not in Chicago.
Yeah,
not in Chicago. I agree with Mina on that one. Not in Chicago.
You know how
Bo Nix doesn't strike. Bo Nix in New England with what they have compared to Chicago, I think he would have done better if you asked that switch. But I don't think Bo Nix would have done a better job in Chicago than Caleb Williams. Hell no. Absolutely not.
I think he fits the system better than Caleb Williams does for Ben Johnson and what he likes to do.